What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we are looking at the brand new Super 7 Animaniacs Ultimate Pinky and the Brain figures. Now I have the slip covers off this time because they have the exact same ones as the Animaniacs Ultimate, and I didn't want to have to bother on revealing the figures when you can just see them right here. So we are officially down to the last figures in this wave, and I'm excited to see how different they are compared to Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. So let's start off with the packaging. So Pinky and the Brain, they're actually getting the exact same design of their packaging here, but the Brain is actually getting a way bigger one than Pinky is because of, well, not even just how big his head is, but he's getting a huge accessory behind him, which is basically like the magnet. But they are, you know, all of them, or both of them really, are getting like a ton of accessories here. So here is Pinky right here. You can see his two interchangeable head sculpts right here, and it looks like the Brain's only just getting one here, but you can see all their other accessories here. Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain, and then turning it around, we basically just get pictures of Pinky and the Brain, which looks really good. I actually like how these pictures look right here. But we can also see, you know, the top is basically how that looks, and then, you know, the bottom, you know, the side. Again, they all have the exact same thing, so nothing new right there. But that right there is the packaging, guys. So let's go ahead and crack these figures and all their accessories out of the box and start the review. Alright, so here is Pinky and the Brain out of their packaging, and these Ultimates look amazing. I love the way how these turned out. The head sculpt is really strong here. Like, it definitely captures the way how they look from the original cartoon. Especially Pinky. I think Pinky is probably looking the best right here. Now, you know, there are some things I don't like about the figures that we will go over, but before we do that, let's actually do some quick size comparisons. So let's bring in Yakko and Wacko right here so you guys can see where they scale. Of course, the scaling is not going to be accurate how they should be, since they are mice, so they would be like a little bit lowered. But you know, due to how they put the scale for these figures, this is what you're going to get here. So you can see Pinky's going to be the tallest here. So let's move Wacko, and then we'll put Dot. So here, oh, sorry, I was doing some posing around with Dot, but here is Dot right here. So you can see her with the Brain. So yeah, I know the scale's not going to be in everyone's favor of how that looks, but that is what you're going to get here. Look, you can already see I'm having trouble trying to get Brain because his head is super top heavy, man. So there you go. But yeah, that is how they look with the Animaniacs right there. So alright, so let's take a look at Pinky first. So like I said, I do like this head sculpt a lot of Pinky. It definitely captures the way how Pinky looks. You know, you got like his big red nose, the derpy look in his eyes, and then the hair poof that's sculpted up here. I do wish they added the details with the fur, with where the wrist and along with the ankle is. I'll actually like just pull up an image so you guys can know what I'm talking about. But if you own like the Funko Pops, you know, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. But yeah, you're not really gonna get that here, and then along with the ankles either, which does suck. You know, I would have loved to see more fur details with this torso. Now with figures that have a lot of white paint, you know, sometimes you'll tend to see some other paints like in somewhere else in the figure. Luckily, I'm not getting that here with Pinky. I do get like this black dot right here randomly, but I'm not getting a lot of that with anywhere else with the figure. You know, at least I'm not getting anywhere with the wrist, unlike how Wacko's was. But Pinky looks pretty good right here. Now let's start off with the articulation. So the head, luckily it is on just a small ball peg, so you know you will be able to get a lot of rotation with Pinky's head. I'm not getting like that squeaky noise, so that's really good. I like that. So you are gonna get like your swivel, and you know he'll probably look up about here. Yeah, probably about here, and then down really well actually. That's as much as you're getting for Pinky to look down. And then, you know, you got like your tilts here and there, so that's pretty nice. Now for the arms, you are getting a full rotation there, and then you get a hinge to the shoulder, which goes about right here, so that's pretty nice. You know, it goes over horizontal, which is very, very good. For the single jointed elbows, it's only going about here, really. Yeah, that's as much as you're getting, which is very strange. You would think, like, you know, his arms are very skinny. You would think they would be able to bend a lot better than that, but that's all you're getting, really. You are getting a swivel to the elbow right there, along with your swivel to the wrist and a hinge. So there's that. For the waist, you're really just getting a waist swivel. That's about it. I mean, you would think, you know, you would probably get like an ab crunch, but this is as much as you're getting. Another thing I don't like is this part. I mean, even if you do this, they didn't like paint it all the way white, so even if you just show this out, it's a different color. Like, it's gonna be gray, so it's not gonna look good. So you're better off at just not doing that anyway. So there's that. Now coming down to the hips, it looks like Pinky's only just kicking about there, so that's really bad there. It's kind of weird because you would think the way how the torso is, or not the torso, but like the lower part of the torso, you would think he would be able to get like a swivel to kick higher, but he's not actually able to do that. So that's very disappointing right there. And he can't really kick back either. For the knees, for your single jointed knees, you're just getting about that. And then for the feet, they go back about here and then forward about there. And then, you know, you are getting like your swivel for the feet and then along with the knees, you know. And then your tail is really just on a ball joint, so you can kind of just move it around. It's very, very loose though, which I'm not a fan of. And it's not like it's a Y or anything, so you can't really put it in a different pose. It's just gonna go back to where it goes. So yeah, that is pretty much the articulation for Pinky. It's, you know, very limited, of course, which is a shame though, you know, of how skinny the figure is. You would think Pinky would get a lot more better articulation than that. So that is very unfortunate right there. Now, luckily, Pinky, he's not having a hard time standing as I thought he was going to, you know, I thought he was going to have, really. Luckily, he's not as bad. I mean, the tail doesn't really, like, support him, really. But I don't really tend to have a hard time for Pinky to stand. You know, he'll kind of, you know, he'll probably tilt back and forth a couple of times. But he's not having a hard time standing compared to, like, you know, Yakko, Wacko, or Dot, really. So that's pretty good right there. Now for the accessories, you are getting two interchangeable head sculpts. You're getting one where he's more of like in a happy expression here with the mouth open, and then you're getting one where it looks like he's in a daze, really, like maybe, I don't know, I guess Brain must have hit him and he kind of went in this sort of expression right here. I mean, Brain's always like, you know, hitting him with something, you know, of Pinky doing something dumb, really. So you're getting that. For the hands, you're getting like these open hands with like some expression, and then you're getting like these other like grappling hands to hold on to like the hook shot or the notepad, and then you're getting like these other open hands, but like they're a little bit closed. And then the other hand you're getting here is like Pinky holding like I guess a pen or a blue marker or something, I don't know. For the other accessories, you're getting a photo of Farfig Newton? Farfig Newton, I think that was the name of the horse that Pinky fell in love with. And then you're getting like your grappling hook and then the notepad. And then the final accessories you're getting here is like a lab equipment set, and then you're getting like these beakers right here with like the burner at the bottom of the purple one, and then the other beakers right here. I will say that these accessories feel very cheap. Like, I feel like if I drop these, you know, they're gonna like break super easily. So that is the accessories for Pinky. Next up, we'll be taking a look at Brain. So you can see the wrinkles all in the face right here, which they did capture. They definitely did a really good job of the head sculpt right here for Brain, and I like how the head is really big and along with the ears, which it should be. However, like I said with Pinky, where they were missing like some, you know, some details with the fur, you know, with the wrist and then the ankles. Well, the thing with Brain is he actually has some hair that's kind of sticking out to where it would be at to the torso, or even like to the side of like to his head right here. Like there'll be like around here, but yeah, you're not really gonna get any details here or to the torso, really. So you know, missing details like that doesn't make the figure look that great. You know, I would love to see some more fur details with these figures, but at least the head sculpt captures them a lot here. The paint where the nose is, it's not that great. You can see how the red's bleeding here, and then like the white's getting up there, or maybe it's just not painted fully. So the, you know, the paint for the nose just isn't the best. Luckily for the other head sculpt, it's not too bad, but it's still not that great either. And then with the eyes, it looks like the white is still coming on to this color right here, which is a shame right there. But luckily the paint isn't anywhere bad anywhere else. It seems like it's only to where like their nose and then the eyes is. With that being said, let's go over Brain's articulation. Now, since he's a small figure, the articulation's not going to be the best here, but luckily he does get a lot of movement to the head, so he is getting like a very small ball peg in order for him to get some really good movement with the head here. So, you know, you are getting like your head swivel. He looks up about here, really, barely, but he can look down really good. So that's like he's literally looking down, which is really good right there. And then of course you are getting like your tilts. For the arms, you do get a full rotation. You will just have to move the head just a little bit to move it around. You are getting your hinge to the shoulder, which is pretty good. It goes over horizontal. So yeah, it goes really high. I think it goes higher than how Pinky's was. You are getting your single jointed elbows. It's a little difficult to try to do maneuver it because of the head being in the way, but the elbows is going about here, and then you do get your swivel right there with the elbows. And then for the hands, you are getting a full rotation there along with a hinge. Now the torso, he's actually getting the exact same problem with Pinky. You know, you're barely getting an ab crunch right there. So I would just say Brain is really just getting a swivel. Now for the hips, Brain, honestly, this is as much as you're getting. They have like the same hip problem where they just don't want to seem to really kick forward that good. But Brain can actually kick back though. Okay, you know, he kicks back a little bit better. And I'm not even gonna bother with trying to spread the legs a little bit, because, you know, like again, these hips just aren't the best really. That's why I didn't really bother doing it with Pinky. And then Brain, of course, he's not going to get any knee joints because the leg is already too small. But for the feet, they go back about here and then forward about here. And then, of course, the tail is really just on a ball joint. So you put it up. There you go. Yeah, these tails are very loose. So they're going to be popping out, or they're just not going to want to stay up. They might tend to slide down a bit. So yeah, the tails are pretty loose, but Brain is probably the worst trying to get this man to stand. He's very top heavy, and his feet does not want to be placed fully on the ground. No matter what I do, he's gonna either lean forward or back. Even if I put the legs a little bit spread out, it's just not that great. And what sucks is that his ankles are super loose. So this is going to be impossible trying to get Brain to stand. I don't know how I did it the first time. I just can't seem to get that spot, which is why I really wish Super 7 would add stands to these figures. I mean, they literally got holes. Like, they can't add stands to these guys. Now, let's go over the Brain's accessories. So you are getting like an interchangeable head. He's only getting one interchangeable head here, where it looks like he's, I guess, talking, maybe yelling at Pinky, going over a plan. I don't know, something like that. Now, for your interchangeable hands, you're getting two fisted hands, two gripping hands, and then the other gripping hands is to hold the beaker, and then the last one is to hold the lever. The other accessories you're getting here is the pointer, the paper clip, and then the globe keychain that Pinky gave Brain for Christmas. So that was like his Christmas gift, if you guys remember that episode. So that's a pretty iconic accessory right there. We're also getting the blueprint for tonight's plan, which is actually pretty cool right there. It is pretty much just cardboard, really. And then we're getting 3 beakers right here. And then the big accessory, which is probably my favorite right here, we are getting the giant magnet with the lever. And then you can actually move the lever and the magnet, which is very cool. The wires are like rubbery, so they're not like plastic or whatever. They're not like gonna break off like that or whatever. It's a really cool piece right here. Alright, so that is going to wrap up the review of the Super 7 Pinky and the Brain Ultimates. I'm a bit mixed on these figures. Like, I love the amount of accessories you're getting and the interchangeable head sculpts are really good, but man, is it difficult to pose these guys around, especially Brain. Like, I have to have him either lean on something or try to have him balance out with his feet and his head. On top of that, their ankles and tails are very loose. They're actually already getting loose because of the interchangeable parts I'm doing and the posing, and I shouldn't have to worry about that. They really need to add a stand or ankle rocker to these figures because it's almost impossible to display these, which is also why you didn't see me put these on the rotating base that I usually do with these reviews. So if you're a huge fan of Pinky and the Brain or Animaniacs, I would say grab these figures. You know, I think they look really good, but I would definitely wait for a sale on these. I get that the price is the way it is, but if you're going to be paying this high, then the figures shouldn't be having this many problems. So anyways guys, that was the review right there. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about these figures in the comments down below, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.